Hey everyone, it's Cole from A+ Power Sports. Congrats on your brand new RZR Pro XP. I'm going to do a quick once over and show you how to maintain it and all the features on your brand new RZR. Your first service should be performed at 25 engine hours. That will consist of an engine oil change, front differential, rear diff, and transmission fluid change. After that, it should be performed every 50 hours, 1,000 miles, or annually, whichever comes first. First, to check the engine oil, this is located behind the passenger rear seat. This is our check dipstick plug here. So this is where you would flip this and pull this out, and you can check oil. They put this here, so you have to check it cold because it's right by the exhaust. When you put this back in, there's a little O-ring that expands when we flip it over to keep water and debris out of it. And again, the easiest way to access this is behind the right rear tire. The easiest way to access your dipstick is right on the right-hand side of your engine. To access the engine bay on this so we can fill the engine oil, we would have to take off these 4 40 Torx. Next, to remove this storage container, we'll lift up and pull out. With the rear removed, we can easily see our engine oil fill. So we'll fill that so the fresh oil washes over the valve system. Spark plugs and coils are right here. We can access our coolant bottle. To fill it, you would remove the rear speaker on an Ultimate. On a Sport model, you don't have that. There's a little rubber clip that you pull out and you can fill up your overflow coolant tank. On the left-hand side of the vehicle in the rear, we can access our clutches and belt. So this is our clutch cover, and inside of that is our primary clutch and secondary clutch. These run with the engine and our drive belts in there. If water gets ingested inside this drive clutch, you will have too much slipping going on and you can't move the vehicle. So if you get in a mud hole and you go above the tires in water, you run the risk of letting water get ingested through your clutch exhaust tube. This is intake and exhaust is right here. So I say don't go above the tires in water. If that happens, winch yourself out, have a friend pull you out of the water hole. Don't sit and rev the engine. You'll just smoke a belt in this. So once you get onto dry land, leave the engine idling, pull out this red drain plug, and you'll let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. Once it is completely dry, you'll reinsert the drain plug, tighten it with a screwdriver, and then you're free to go again. At the very back of the vehicle, this is where our transmission and rear differential, it is a married system. So it's one unit, takes one fluid called Polaris AGL. And the fill plug is right here. It's a little 8mm Allen. And that's also where you'll check it. It's a fill to spill system. So as long as you take that off, you can dip your finger in there and there's fluid on it, it is filled. At the front of the vehicle is where our front differential is. So this holds a very small amount of fluid. It's called Polaris Demand Drive, and it's a very thin fluid. And we need that thin fluid so our magnets inside of our four-wheel drive can engage and work properly, but it does get dirty quickly, so that's why we follow your maintenance schedule to change this regularly. But again, you can't see it on camera, but there's an 8mm Allen. Check it, fill the spill, drain plug on the bottom. For us to access our air filter, we have to take out both seats and the rear panel. But the air filter from Polaris is a paper style filter, and it is very, very high performance and strong. I do not recommend you changing to any aftermarket companies, strictly only running Polaris air filters. It's very critical on the service side. I see too many issues happen when we run an aftermarket filter. So I'll show you how to take them out. To remove the seats, there's a lever under the front. You lift it, pull forward and up. Set that off to the side. Passenger seat comes out the same way. Lift the lever, pull up, and the seat comes out. Now there are 4 quarter turns up on the top. You have to work it around the seat belts. It will pull out. Our air filter is located in this air intake box here. It's pulling fresh air in from up on the side. So it's very critical that you guys change this often. You have to check it periodically. It depends on riding conditions. So if you're up north and it's really dusty, you might have to change it after a weekend. So it's a good idea to keep one at the cabin or in the trailer when you're up north on a trip. The break-in procedure on a RZR Pro XP, I tell everyone the first tank of fuel is really where we have to be very nice to it. Polaris says the first 25 hours, but that's hard when you have 180 something horsepower out of a turbo engine. So drive belt and clutches, that's really what we're breaking in on the initial break-in. So the first tank of fuel, be nice to it. Don't hold it wide open. We want to keep under like half throttle is what I tell most people, and try not to hold it at a high RPM for an extended period of time. So get out in the trails, out in the twisty, windy trails, and that's good for it. We want a lot of variation in belt depth in our clutches to break it in correctly. Another thing, high horsepower engine, we have to be super cautious with high and low gear. Being our 2 forward gears, high gear should be used anytime we're trail riding, most normal operating conditions. If we're going to go slow, load it on the trailer, tow someone, go through a mud hole, we should be in low gear. If you slip a belt on this, it'll happen in an instant and you just weren't in low gear. If that happens, that belt will slowly just keep working its way into the clutches and smoke that belt. They're not cheap, 250 bucks, let's say, so you can prevent that by just putting it in low gear. On the left side of the steering wheel, we have off, low, and high beam. We can shut that down. 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. That's your only modes in the RZR Pro XP. Up on our LCD screen, this is standard on Ultimates and Sport Editions. As you scroll through, you can get trip 1, trip 2. If you hold the button down, it'll reset it. So you can see battery voltage, engine hours with the hourglass. Service hours, this is counting down from 25. Once it hits zeros, the wrench and hourglass will flash. That's when it needs its maintenance performed. Engine temperature, these should run right around 180 to 200 degrees is its typical operating temp. RPM and back to miles per hour. If you have an Ultimate, your steering wheel will have all of your controls here. So we have volume, pause, the Polaris button will scroll through and go back to our screen, and you can set it to go through different menu items. This controls our dynamic suspension. So as you click this, you can go firm, sport, and comfort. And then X mode will, as you hold this, this gives your shocks full stiff, and I use it only if I'm going off of like a jump. Otherwise it's way too stiff on the regular trail. If you have an Ultimate Edition, it's gonna come standard with factory 7S ride command. I have another detailed video on this, and we're gonna post a link in the description below. Underneath the dash, we have a battery tender port. So it's hidden underneath the steering wheel. It's a regular ASE plug, so we can plug most common battery tenders into this. I tell everyone you should use this if you're gonna let the vehicle sit for an extended period of time. So if you're not gonna ride it for a month, just leave it plugged in and keep that battery maintained. Congrats again on your brand new RZR Pro XP. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment in the section below. If you like this video, hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching.